Hello, happy Wednesday. Hope you are having a great week. I feel like this week has gone by really slow. I don't know why. Maybe because we didn't end up doing soccer last week because my son ended up just having a cold. We did test him a couple times, but just ended up having a cold, so we didn't really do anything over the weekend. I wrote a new blog post, so that was good. If you're curious about what becoming a Beachbody coach is all about, you can check out that blog post. But, and I also started a new group. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Some of you may be watching this from this group right now, but I am doing a 5-day challenge that will be starting on Monday. The group is already open if you want to join the group. But I confessed in my newsletter this week, I have been struggling really badly lately with eating processed foods. And whenever, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but whenever you start eating the processed foods, then you crave them even more. It's crazy and it's terrible, and that's where I am at right now. And so I've decided, okay, enough is enough. I need to cut out the processed foods, because once you clean your system out of the processed foods, then you don't want them Then you don't want them as much anymore. So doing a 5-day challenge, we're just going to focus on cutting out the processed foods, kind of sharing in the group, just some accountability to come in and say, hey, yep, I did it. I got through the day. I didn't touch anything but whole foods. Just kind of checking in each other, sharing some ideas. This menu will be part of the group, kind of I went through and kind of planned things and made sure that it was all whole foods. So I think everything on the menu I planned this week, and as we go through it, we'll all kind of double check and make sure is the food in its most natural form. So if you haven't joined the Cut the Crap Whole Food Challenge, and I've got some snack swap ideas and things like that I'm going to be sharing in there, be sure you join that. I'll share a link in the What's Working Here Facebook page if you haven't joined that group already. But we already got some great people in the group and sharing, and so I hope you'll join me over there. So if you haven't joined me for meal planning, I like to start with a meal plan template. So wanted to also show you that if you go to the What's Working Here website, you can go to the resource library, and inside the resource library, it's an array of resources. I've got some different weight trackers, some different things like that, a searchable food list for Beachbody foods. But then if you keep scrolling, you can find the meal plan templates. And so I've got meal plan templates. Wow, I'm struggling tonight. From Foundational Fix, A through F, if you're doing carb cycling, if you're following 80-day obsession or time nutrition, you can find morning, noon, and night meal plan templates. So those are all available there in the resource library, and you can grab those in there. So those are the two things I wanted to share. Let's get into the meal planning. I'll make this bigger so it maybe wants to cover. Okay. So the first thing I do, like I said, is I pop open my meal plan. I actually go into the one from the week before, pop it open. I need to save this as the new week. And then I'll add the dates, and then whatever we have going on that week. So we've got some soccer practices. I don't know how soccer practice got erased from this day. Soccer practice. Oops. Got some soccer practices, and then next weekend is Labor Day weekend already, and we have a soccer tournament that weekend as well. So put in that information because you want to know that, okay, on the nights when I take to soccer practice, I know I'm not going to have time to cook dinner, or I'm going to have to take dinner with me, so I'll need something easy. So this meal I picked, pretty simple. I can make it ahead of time, bring it with me. So the first thing I do is I fill in my meal one. My meal one is the same every day. It's usually my Shakeology. If you want samples of Shakeology and you've never given it a try, let me know. I'm happy to share that with you. And I like it because it's got so many different vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and so I've kind of been at a crossroads because this week I was like, okay, I want like whole foods, nothing processed, nothing with a bunch of ingredients. And yeah, if you look at your Shakeology packet, it's got a ton of ingredients in it because it's all the different vitamins and minerals and nutrients. So I think of it, so a lot of people like to say, oh, well, I have a different protein powder I use. Well, that's great, but this is protein powder plus like a multivitamin. That's how I like to kind of think of my shake. So I'll have that. So I just copy that for every day. And then the second thing I do is I pick two, so meal 2 and meal 4 are kind of like your morning and afternoon snack. So I pick 2 of those for the week, and then I alternate them. So for meal 2 this week, I think I just left what I had last week because it worked well. And like I said, we're working on no processed foods this week. So sometimes I'll throw like a waffle in there or meat stick or something like that. And so this week I was like, no, we're whole foods. So I stuck with the spinach egg scramble. So that's just an egg scrambled with some spinach. And then I'll do that with some oatmeal. So the main ingredient in oatmeal is oats. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes I add like a little bit of honey to it. So I did the spinach and egg scramble, and then another eggs again on the other day. I'll do like eggs with some, I've been using like grape tomatoes, or you can just like half a tomato, and then some hash browns. And so I have been buying recently like the pre-shredded like hash browns in the refrigerated section. But if you look on the package, it's got a little bit more than potatoes in it. It's got preservatives and things like that. So what I'm going to do is probably on Sunday, I'm probably going to go ahead and make my own hash browns or breakfast potatoes. And it's so simple. You just take a potato, cut it up, put it in some oil, and put a lid on top, and then let it cook for like 10 minutes. And then boom, you've got your own hash browns and whole foods. None of the extra preservatives and things like that. And then the meal 4, the 2 snacks I picked, the watermelon blueberry spinach salad with feta. I've been having trouble lately in the afternoon, like wanting to eat my vegetable. I'm not a great vegetable eater. I've been eating carrots a lot. I'm like, okay, kind of over carrots. So I was trying to mix it up. So with the watermelon, blueberry, and spinach salad, I just usually put the spinach on the bottom, and then like the juicy watermelon, and the feta gives it kind of like a nice salty flavor. And so then I can kind of eat each piece of spinach with a piece of watermelon, and it makes it okay. I don't feel like I'm eating vegetables. So I've got that for one day, for one of the meal 4s, and then the other one is Jicama Tacos. And sometimes my grocery store has these, and sometimes they don't. If they don't, I'll have like the Jicama sticks. But like the Jicama Tacos, it's just like a thin piece of jicama, and then they put like either carrots or cucumber in it, roll it up, and then sometimes I'll buy the guac that's already made in the produce section, which it's just got the avocado, usually like some onions, cilantro, and lime. So pretty simple. And then some mango. So that's breakfast and snacks. So then we have our lunches. Usually on the weekend, I kind of leave it open for like a salad, sandwich, or kind of whatever we have left over. And then during the week, my dinner from the night before becomes lunch the next day. So let's get into dinners. So the first dinner I picked is this Airfryer Catfish with green beans. I'm going to do it with a baked potato, and then for my orange container, pumpkin seeds. My orange container, sometimes it'll go with the meal, or sometimes I snack on it while I'm cooking. Actually, I'll just kind of grab an orange container of pumpkin seeds and go from there. So the air fryer catfish, really tasty. The green beans are also done in the air fryer as well. And then a baked potato. All whole foods and nothing fancy. So that's what I was kind of looking for this week. Like all whole foods, nothing processed, but nothing too like where you have to get too fancy to cook it. But stuff that still tastes good, that doesn't just feel like you're just eating raw food, if that makes any sense. So then that becomes lunch the next day. The next meal I picked is a beef burrito bowl. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to I'm going to brown some ground meat. So some like the 90-10 lean ground meat. I'll brown that, and then I'll add in like lettuce, tomatoes, whatever kind of vegetables to that, and then I'll serve it on top of brown rice. So again, beef. The ingredients: beef, some fresh vegetables, and then brown rice, which the ingredient in brown rice is just rice. Because I was looking at doing maybe some pasta that is like, you know what, the pasta is it's more processed. So I was looking for things that were less processed. So that's what I'm going with. And then I'll either throw some olives on top. I might save a little bit of my blue container or use some of the blue container down here for a little bit of cheese on that as well. And then that becomes lunch the next day. And that's something that you can easily make ahead. And then I can bring to the soccer field with me and sit outside in my lawn chair and eat my beef burrito bowl. That's easy to take with me. On Tuesday, I've got the Quinoa Tabbouleh bowl. So I kind of got stuck on what I wanted to make. Because again, I like pasta a lot. So everything that was coming into my head was pasta dishes. So I went into my cards. These are my meal plan template cards. If you go into, I don't think it's on this page, but if you go to the home page of what's working here, I don't know what you can see and what you can't. And scroll down just a little bit. Maybe, it's all kind of weird. There we go. I'm trying to get the sidebar up. You can find there they are. Color combo meal cards. So these are the color combo meal cards. I first made these when I was doing 80-day obsession. And since it was very strict about you can only eat a red, yellow, and green, and you can only eat these color combinations, I made these to make it really easy to go in. So I was looking for something to eat with chicken, and so I kind of went through and I found this Quinoa Tabbouleh bowl. It is a fixate recipe, so if you go to Beachbody On Demand, you can look it up and find the recipe there. But on the back, it has the list of ingredients, all whole ingredients. So you've got quinoa, onion, tomato, cucumber, some cooked chopped chicken breast, and then sea salt, olive oil, lemon juice, mint, and parsley. So it's like this meets my whole foods and nothing processed. So if you want to grab a copy of the color combo meal cards, you can do that there, and it just gives you some different ideas. The outline colors, so the yellow is for chicken, the blue is for seafood, and then the red is for meat, like red meat. Okay, so that's that. No one wants to see my email. Okay, so that is for Tuesday night, and then that becomes lunch. And then on Wednesday, at first I had something else down. First I was going to do a shrimps, the shrimp and cauliflower fried rice that's on the website, but then it's like, it's got like some different sauces in it. And it was like, nope, we're going for all whole food things. So shrimp stir fry, what I'll probably do is I'll just cook up some shrimp, and then I will add, I usually get like the bag of mixed vegetables that are in the produce section. I just steam them in the microwave and then throw them in with my cooked shrimp. And then I'll do that with some brown rice. And then I usually just add like a little bit of garlic to it. And you can also add maybe just like a little bit of coconut aminos. And that again is all pretty much whole foods. The coconut aminos, that's probably a little processed there. So you could leave those out if you wanted to. And then that becomes lunch the next day. And then on Thursdays we have leftovers, or what I like to call fend for yourself night. So whatever you want to eat. And then on Friday we eat out, and Saturday we eat out, and we'll probably eat out for lunch and dinner, just depending. I don't have a schedule yet, so who knows what will end up happening there. But when we eat out, you can still eat out, and most restaurants, I would say most restaurants that you go to are not going to have a bunch of processed food. For the most part, hopefully it's going to be fresh foods. Like we got Texas Roadhouse last week. So I got steak, I got mushrooms, and I got french fries because I love french fries. So, I mean, that was steak, and then mushrooms were mushrooms, and then the french fries were potatoes. So it wasn't like it was a bunch of processed or weird or frozen foods. So you can go out, you can enjoy your food. So like whenever we go to a Mexican restaurant, especially like Tex-Mex, the queso, that's probably pretty processed. That's not usually real cheese. But I've got to say, my grocery store has this really good queso that you, I think you're supposed to cook it on the grill, but I just did it in the oven. But it's got like brisket, and it's got real cheese, and then pico de gallo, and you just put it all in. I think you put some milk in it, and then that is not processed, and that's real food, and so you could eat that. But I know like any of the quesos or dips that you get sometimes at the restaurants or the store can be processed food. So you want to stay away from that while we're trying not to eat processed foods this week. But that is about it for the meal planning. If you have questions or want to join the Cut the Crap Meal Challenge, let me know. I'm going to be sharing some snack swap ideas, and then we'll be checking in with each other for the challenge to see how we're doing with omitting the processed foods, because I know that when I eat the processed foods, they might be really yummy temporarily, but then I feel so bad after I eat them. Not like oh, I feel bad I ate that. Like, ew, I feel bloated and yucky, I ate that. So that's kind of the whole point of trying to stick to more whole foods and cutting out some of the processed things, is so that we feel better and probably sleep better and all that good stuff. So if you have questions for me, let me know, and I hope you'll be joining me for the challenge next week.